You know, I also think that that's about finding some other care energy out there.
Okay. Hello, Daniel. Welcome in. How you doing? I'll put the message out, so hopefully we should get a few more people in tonight as well. Natalie, Renee, a few other people, Haunted Sessions, Tammy, Fright Night, maybe a few others, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Three more to go now. And I'm at episode 100. Three more episodes. And we hit the big 100. It's my first one today. My first drink today. So how's everyone's day been? I've had a pretty lazy one myself today. I haven't really done a lot. So after the stream, I'll be over on Centre Strange channel. And hi Dave, welcome in. I'm watching some of the next part of Hitman. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. So hey Shadows 666, welcome in. You changed it. Shadows 66804 now. 2 views, only 1 like. 66. Yeah, it's different number. Normally these Shadows 666, isn't it? 804 is my Xbox ID number. Doesn't count as part of the name. Oh, okay. Caught me off guard for a minute because your number's different to how it was before. YouTube being stupid, it's showing the other name, not the name. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Sometimes when people come into the chat, they don't come under the name they had before. I've noticed that in a lot of other people's live chats. You go in and some of the names are not the same as what you were last time. I think it happened on Centre Strain's channel chat and some others that I've watched as well. I was talking to some military vets about something and I was told I need the VA for the info I'm looking into. Oh, okay. That's the Veterans... It's the Veterans Association or something, isn't it, VA? My full name is From the Shadows 66. Yeah, I remember you telling me that a little while back. You explained that in another stream. From the Shadows, but then you come in as the Shadows on chat. Go to the VA. Yeah, I think it is the Veterans Association or something, isn't it? Don't you have to have a card? I think there's a card you have to have for that, don't you? Because when you're in the army or anything, or when you come out, I'm not entirely sure. People have... Hi Tammy, hi David. Some people have been asked for a VA card. So I know a little bit about that, but not a lot. I heard someone talking about it on a YouTube video the other day. The VA cards and stuff. Jameson's Travels, I think it was. Or someone else. Usually they ask for the VA cards when they have those videos go out where it's what they call the stolen valor videos, where people are claiming to be in the military, but they got all their badges on wrong and things on the wrong pockets, and it's a dead giveaway that outfit is not a legit army outfit. So yeah, I've seen a few videos like that. I've created a few new pictures of my clown picture They move like gifts. I wish I could show you. You can send it. What's it on your? Is it on YouTube or anything? You can put it. I'm gonna have to get my Discord sorted out for things like that. I've got a Discord set up and a few other things, but I just haven't used it. But when I do, things like that, yeah, you can send them on Discord so we can have a look, and the community can have a look as well. A second. Right. I have to try and sort this chair out. I had a look at it last night, and I don't know what's wrong with it. For some reason, it goes up, and then a little bit later, it starts sinking. So I don't know why it keeps doing that. And I can go to college on my dad's GI Bill. That's cool. How does that get paid for then? Do you pay it and then you pay your dad back? Or does your dad, sorry, I meant, does your dad pay it on his GI and then you pay your dad back? Or do you give him some like money per month to go towards the costs if you were going to college anyway? I'm not entirely sure how that works. See if we can get you added to the other see if we can get you added to the other Discord. I got one on I think it's Centre Streams one where me, Renee and a few others are on there. See if we can get you invited into that one. Natalie knows who you are and I know who you are, so if we can get it cleared, I'll have a word with Natalie and see if we can get you in on the Discord. USA military pays half for college and I pay the other half. Well, that's all right. That's okay. So what happens with the half that the military pay? Do they ever like ask for that money back, or is it just contributional? Like they'll do it but don't expect anything, because with Strain's situation at the moment, where he's got to pay his severance package back to be able to get his actual money. I wasn't sure if it was something like that. The army want the money back because they paid half, and you only paid half as well. I'm not entirely sure how these things work. I mean, it's different in each country. USA, England, other places, it's different everywhere. So what's everyone been up to today? As I said, I've done nothing. I've had a lazy day. I'm going to get my dinner sorted after this. And then, of course, I'm going to jump onto a Strange stream as well for the next Hitman part. So, what beer? I've got over there, I've got a bottle of Banks, which was 99p from Lidl. I pick them up all the time. It's amber ale. Really good. Hello, Tammy. Welcome in. Just been crafting. Is that wool work, crochet, knitting, things like that? Yeah, I've got Banks Bitter over there, which is a 500ml bottle. I've got one tin of Hobgoblin left, which is a session IPA, and I've got 5 left of the one I'm drinking now, which is That Ashfield. It's original bitter. It's only 2%, so it's not like really heavy. But if you want a casual drink at home, and you don't want too much, then they're good ones to pick up, and they're pretty cheap as well. I think they're at £1.50 for 4. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking at the moment. The Ashfield. I think you get it in Asda, places like that. So basically, you can get 8 cans for I think they're about £3.50, something like that. It works out stupid cheap anyway. I've been resting. I broke my pinky toe. Oh no! How'd you do that? But that was painful. I've never actually broken my toe. I've stubbed it plenty of times, but you know what the pain is like when you bang your toe on something. But when you actually break it, that's even worse. Well, I hope you recover from that soon. It must be even horrible to walk on as well, trying to get around the place when that's happened. Oh, cross stitching. Okay, yeah, my flatmate knows all about that, crochet and everything. You found out about that, didn't you, last time I told you? Because you sent him the needle things, and he's got in touch with the people, crochet hooks and stuff. So, yeah. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing a jumper, I was getting a little bit cold earlier on, but now I'm starting to warm up. So it's a possibility I might take this jumper off in a second. Got a bottle of San Miguel for later on. I can't drink lager anymore. There's something in what it's made with. I don't know what they put in there, but it gives me terrible, terrible gout. And once I get that, there's no way I can actually go round the house. It takes me at least 5 minutes to do a 2-second walk if I was walking properly to get from here to the toilet and from the toilet back. And when I sit down, I feel like I've done rehab for about half an hour. I'm huffing, I'm puffing. It's terrible. So I avoid all that. But the funny thing is, I can have bitter, wine, Prosecco, spirits and mixers, cocktails, all that stuff, and none of it kicks it off. But if I had mango juice or cranberry juice, those are 2 contributing factors to the gout as well. So I have to knock all of those on the head now. Orange juice, perfectly fine. Don't get no issues. Nothing. No issues at all. Just on lager, mango juice and cranberry. Isn't it weird how some things affect people in some ways? It's the crystallization around the toe, isn't it? In the joints. That's where it causes the throbbing and all the pain and everything. And then you're constantly trying to get through it with ibuprofen, stuff like that. It only takes the edge off for a little while, and then all of a sudden it comes back more intense. You end up with it worse than it was before. Crafters are awesome. Keep the older ways around. Cross stitch isn't easy. No, I've seen that. My flatmate actually asked me to do some photos today for him, so he's got those done. He's just going to upload them. And at one point, I'm not sure so much now, some of his patterns and what he created were featured in magazines. So he got quite far at one stage, but I'm not quite sure what he's doing with it all now. Daniel, if I can provide the info about my father's side and my mother's side, I can get a permanent chair in the British Parliament and etc. from the British Crown. Really? Bloody hell. Didn't realise that. Well, I hope you do. That would be a good achievement for you. Almost 51. I don't hear as quick. We all get to that stage, you know. We all get to that stage in life. When we get older, things start changing. Your hearing, you get older, you get wrinkly, you get short. Apparently, you get shorter. If you're a 6 foot bloke, you shrink right down. Apparently, as you get older. Don't know if it happens to everybody, but some people 6'1", they end up 5'8" by the time they get old, about 80 or so. David, I bought the Hive Mind sour cherry beer on Saturday. Quite nice. Only 3%. That's all right. Sounds nice, actually. I bought something today. I'll show you in a minute. It's over there. It's called a Globe decanter set, and it comes with a wooden cradle and the decanter, 2 glasses, and a pour funnel. So yeah, it's just over there. I've set it up earlier. It's really nice, actually. They cost about 30 something quid in the shop, so I got it for about 15 today down the road. So I saw it in the window, and I thought I want to get that before somebody else grabs it. Tammy, broke my thumb with a lump. Oh, bloody hell. Everyone's doing themselves in. Shadows has broke his toe. Tammy's smashed her finger with a thumb with a hammer. I don't trust myself now. They say things comes in threes, and you can bet your life that I'll end up with something in a minute. Now that I've read what's happened to you two. Tammy, Noel makes a crochet hooks. He's lovely. I've watched him make them. I bet that's interesting to see how they're created. As I said, yeah, my flatmate's in contact with them now, so he's very appreciative that you got him that info, considering, you know, he does all that stuff. 6 people in, 2 likes. Whoever left the likes, thank you very much. Arctic blast today. Yeah, it was a bit chilly. If that's what you're talking about, it was cold. VA stands for Veterans Affairs. Oh, I thought it was Veteran Association for some reason. VA. I'm thinking of the naval military and places like that we've got down here, where all the veterans go and things like that. People like that, sorry. Dave, I hit the top of my index finger with a hammer years ago. It didn't hurt, but blood was abundant. Yeah, I bet it was. The worst I ever did, I don't think you can actually see it, but it's on my finger. If I turn it that way, if any of you can see a very thin white line on the edge of this finger. Oh, I can't even get it in camera view. That way. If any can see a little white line, you probably can't. But at one time I went to home base, started my shift, and they shrink wrapped the pallets with all the stuff on. So it went round and round from the bottom upwards with cling film or whatever it was, which held it all together when the forklift was taking it off. They put it in the shop, and I had a Stanley knife, and I had my hand out on the plastic, went down with the Stanley knife, I went straight through the top of the finger right there. Safe to say, I couldn't stop the bleeding for about 10 minutes or more. When I got back from the bathroom after running my finger under the cold tap and pressing the top of my finger like that to get the skin back together, I came back onto the shop floor, and they were all saying, we've been tannoying you for about 10 minutes. Where have you been? I couldn't tell them. I couldn't tell them what happened. So I said I had to go to the toilet. I said, I'm sorry. I had to go. I thought I had time, but you were calling me and I didn't hear it. So secretly I was in the sink running cold water over my finger and pressing the skin together like this. You didn't feel anything. Razor blade cuts like a Stanley knife just go so quick. But then you suddenly see your skin split and the blood pour out, and it's like, damn, what do I do now? Sort it out myself or tell someone? So I sorted it out myself. But yeah, I missed them all tannoying me for about 10-15 minutes, and they were all moaning when I came out the toilet. Hobgoblin Gold on tap. They got that down at the Weatherspoons last post. So yeah, I've been drinking it down there some nights. I'm going down there tomorrow actually, so I might have another one. I broke mine good and proper. I refused to go to hospital. It's brave. Shadows, old and broken I am. We all get to that point in life. Things happen. You're not as durable as you were when you're younger. So, you know. Well, armour isn't on point anymore. Not so easy to recover as we age. Well, definitely, I agree with that 100%. You're not as strong as you were when you're younger. You're more vulnerable to things happening as you get older. Your bones and everything aren't as strong anymore. Even a sneeze can crack a rib, or you could, dislocate your hip, or something could happen. Luckily, touch wood, I've never had to have much of a big operation in life, ever. The most I had was on my right arm, on my bicep, and I had a cyst cut out of there when I was younger, and I've still got the scar. It's around about there-ish. There. Under my jumper, it's around here. And still got the scar there from that. But that's about the most major surgery I've had to have in life. So, touch wood, I won't need any more for another few years yet. Where is the Arctic Blast? I had one recently. Interesting, Neil, to watch. I've seen the different colours you can choose. Some have some beautiful glitters and patterns. Yeah, it's my flatmate would be a good one to run you through what he's got. He's got all different colours and gold and red and blue and all that. As I said, they came from Australia, from someone that he orders them from. So yeah, he's got quite a few up there. Can't see it, you're fuzzy. Oh, sorry. I am looking into getting a new camera, as I said before. So sooner or later, yeah, we'll get a new camera for the PC, one with a better quality and stuff. Arthritis now. Oh God, Tammy, you're not doing well, are you? Your camera isn't fond of your face, but it gives the background justice. I know, I've noticed that. I sort of like look a bit pixelated and things when I'm looking at the camera, but looking at the back, it looks like the background is smoother. It's only 720, so yeah, I am definitely going to have to get a new camera. If anyone knows any decent cameras or sees a good camera for a PC, USB one that I can mount on top of the screen, let me know and I'll look into it. Not many people are fond of my face, really. That's why I'm still single. So nobody likes this. Nobody likes this face. Don't know why. But there you go. I'm not the best looking bloke in the world, but I'm not the ugliest, so that's good. But for some reason, people don't seem to like this face. I wish somebody would tell me why. My brother's a nightmare. He went through a cemetery at night, went down a hole. Is he related to somebody that Haunted Session knows? They like falling down holes. I think that was Chris. Yeah, it might have been Chris. Everywhere he went, he fell down a hole when he was doing investigations. Thought he sprained his ankle and he stood up. And he actually broke his leg in 3 places. One that was all... Oh my God. Imagine going out for your night's investigation. You end up doing that, breaking your leg, falling down a hole. I'm surprised actually. I haven't actually broken my leg at all, because when I was younger, I was playing football, and I was running across this field, and there was this like little mound, only about that high, in front of me. And what I didn't realise was, in front of it was a drop about that much. And as I ran over it, I went down and twisted my leg and heard a crack. But I got back up and I was fine. I was able to carry on. The worst one I've done was I slipped over once and my left leg went out. I don't know how I didn't break my leg or do something to my knee. My left foot slipped out. My left knee went to the right and it went right down to the ground and actually touched the side of my right foot. And I heard this massive crack and I was like, ow, ow, laying on the floor. And I managed to stretch my leg out, moved it back and forward a few times, got back up, and I was fine. No problems at all. But that massive crack initially made me think I'd broken it. But I do not know how. When my left leg went out, my right knee managed to go all the way down. My leg went sideways. Right knee went all the way down and touched the side of my right foot. And that's impossible to do if you even try it yourself, because you can never do it. And I did it, and I still didn't have any issues, didn't have a broken leg, nothing. Really weird how I wasn't really badly injured that time. I bet that was a long recovery for him. I bet it was as well. He's probably ended up in traction for a good few months. It was David. He had surgery, had plates and screws put in. Took 6 hours. Bloody hell. You have a good looking face, sir. Of course, the other factor is height. For some reason, women don't like short guys. Well, I'm 6 foot. As far as I know, I'm 6'1", maybe 6'2". I'm not sure. But yeah. Hey, Haunted Sessions made it in. How you doing, Jason? Welcome in. Nice to have you here. I was getting worried about you not being in the lives for the last few weeks. Normally, when you turn up, most of the others all follow on, like Fright Night and Anne and all the others. So maybe we'll get a few more in a minute. Like I said in Bad Boys, everyone wants to be like Mike. Well, everyone wants to be like Jason. Thanks for the compliment, Shadows. Of course, I don't have the issue of height. Sometimes I hit my head on door frames. They're like Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. He hit his head on a note on a watch your head sign. How'd you miss that? Didn't you see it? I saw it, but at those times I couldn't read. A face full of cobwebs is always fun. I don't mind cobwebs, but if I walk through one, I don't like the feeling of it. It's horrible. You can't see them, and then you just feel this thing stretching and then pulling back onto your face, and I end up doing all this and trying to get it all off. I don't like the feeling of cobwebs on my face. I was saying about it. I just don't like it. He took a shortcut to his house. Certain ceilings I can easily pop my knuckles on. Yeah, I've done that before. Like the goalkeeper touch, isn't it? I don't know if you ever done it. You know when you're playing goalkeeper, if you ever done that playing football, you go to save the ball and you get the fingertip touch, which is there, and then your fingers go, and it's like, ow! Ah! I've done that with a door before, put my hand up on the frame and just walked past and done a little tap, and I've got this like finger bending back and a shock going down, a brief shock going down my arm for a second. It's not good, not good. Doesn't happen all the time, but just sometimes. 6'1" or 6'2". I can't quite remember. I think I'm about 6'1". When I go out though, nobody wants to come near me or say or do anything. I'm a nice guy. I mean, I don't get people coming up to me giving me aggro, but I don't know if it's because of my size or because if I stood up now, I do look quite big, but I'm not a person who's gonna like go looking for, like violence or problems or anything like that. I prefer to come out of it and walk away. But when I've spoken to people though, they haven't really said, "Oh yeah, what are you going to do about it?" I don't know what it is. It must be just because of how tall and how big I am. People don't think, "Oh, I don't think I want to start on him." Really, I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's just me. I'm too nice. I don't make people, aggravated enough to want to start something. So that's the way I've been. That's the way I always will be. But if someone wants to start something, then feel free. But I'm not going to make you famous out of it. So don't think that's going to happen. I've just been chilling. Oh, okay. I know Sense Strange just got home and went. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna head over in a minute and join him over there. I think. Oh no, I need that. Jason's not bothered, but I think yeah, they got quite a few. Yeah, I think Bristol Paranormal are going live about 8:30. I haven't been over and seen anything of their content yet at all. I've only been in, said hello, just to let them know that I've finished, and then I just come out the live, so I don't really hang around in there much anymore. I've got nothing against them. They've never been, funny towards me or anything. They've always been quite friendly. But if situations of any sort have affected anyone else, I can understand why they don't, bother with them. But we're not getting into that. I think they're doing Wednesdays now as well. I think Sandra's doing her own one now. They've given her a spot on Wednesday. And I think they're branching into other days of the week as well. But still, I know some people have watched them, but I've not seen. I don't think I've ever sat through one of their videos yet that are on their channel. I don't think I've ever watched one. Crazy, isn't it? You got all these channels, and yet half of them I've never watched any of their content. Mine is long. What Shadows? You're not bringing the tone down, are you? Yours is long. Mr. Long Schlong. Shadow with the big prong. I met a wrestler that was 7'2". He was massive. Who was that? Great Khali or something? Or was it someone else? Australia isn't live yet. It's supposed to be 8 o'clock. Never mind, eh? It might be ready and going by the time I get over there, so that'll be right. I won't finish till 8:30. I'm only doing an hour. When I get to episode 100, in the next 3 episodes of this Monday Night Live, I've got to think of something to do because I've hit a milestone there, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm actually going to do when I get to episode 100. So, anyone's got any suggestions? Let me know in the chat. And not ones that involve wearing a mankini or something stupid like that some of you have suggested in the past. All right, so you can leave that out and you can forget that. I tell you, There's no way in hell you'll get me wearing a mankini or anything. I might wear the Michael Myers costume, even though Halloween's gone. I could do a stream wearing that. I don't know if anyone's got any really good ideas for like the 100th milestone Monday Night Live. Let me know in the chat. Be good to hear your thoughts. Yeah, Jason, what did you think of the garlic and black pepper nuggets? Didn't really get your thoughts on the live, so are they worth getting? Let us know if they're worth getting. I haven't had a McDonald's in years. I do all my own cooking here, so I very rarely eat out now. I don't even eat in the Wetherspoons. Even though you can get some good cheap food and a cheap drink and it's not going to cost you a lot, I haven't had anything to eat in the Wetherspoons for months now. I wouldn't mind a taste of some of the barmaids in there though. But that's a different story for another time. Anyway, where are we? I think Centre Strange just gone live. So,
the more we thought about the threat, the more we saw ingenious ways that China could.
yep, I think he's just gone live now, so there's a couple of minutes out. Go back to it in a minute. Where are we? It's seen Centre Strange not live yet. Oh, he'll be a little bit late. Well, I just got a notification pop up on my phone now. So has he started? He must have started a few minutes ago. Either that or it's not till a bit later now. I know. I don't know. Find out in a few moments. They were nice. Okay. They make a change from the normal nuggets or spicy ones. As I said, I wouldn't even know what McDonald's has got now unless I go and have a look. I might have a look tomorrow, see what they got. It's just been so long since I've been in there. I used to go in there all the time on the days when I was doing 2 jobs. And when I got my wage packet, I used to go in and get their latest burger just to see what it was like. And those new ones, you know, when they get the brand new ones in, they get like a Texas burger. They have ones that are based on American states and all different styles of burgers. And I stopped it because the prices got stupid. I went into Burger King and got one of their brand new Whoppers at the time. And just for the burger, I didn't want chips or anything like that. It cost me nearly £7. So I said that was the first and last time for fast food for me. So since I've been cooking at home, I don't really bother with outdoor meals and stuff. I mean, I'm not averse to going to having some meals in a restaurant and things like that, but I'm going to have to take this off. I'm getting far too hot. Hang on. Oh, dear, that was warm. Right. Yeah, I'm not adverse to going out for meals and stuff, but it's got to be limited. I can't do it all the time. But mainly I'm cooking at home. But when I go out tomorrow, I'll have a look and see what Mackie D's have got on offer and stuff. I do miss trying all their new things, but at the same time, I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. So it's not something that's going to happen soon that I'll just go down there and go, oh yeah, I'll have a burger, one of their brand new ones. Yeah, start this stuff all over again. But at some point, I may do. I'm 6.5 inch, wearing no footwear. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're a certain size and you put shoes on, Might give you a little bit extra because of the sole, depending on what the sole is like. But yeah, I might have to actually look at my height and then see what I'm like when I've got shoes on, because you've actually raised a good point there. The height might be different when you take your shoes off, because when I've noticed when I do take mine off, I step down a little bit when I come out of my shoes because my soles are pretty big. So yeah, I'm gonna actually have to have a look into that, what the differences are. I'm 5'5". Oh my god. Really? Well, if we're walking about together, Jason, I'm gonna be towering over you. It's 6'1". As they say in Scotland, you're a wee lad. You're a wee man. Aye, wee man. You're 5'5". You're a wee lad. A wee man. I'll start shit in Sniper Elite. Everybody does. When you're online, you tend to do that sort of thing. You know, trolling and things like that. Talking of trolling, I saw a video the other day on YouTube. It's quite funny, actually. I like them. Someone's got a soundboard and they copy the voices of the people playing and they play them over and over and over again. So it sounds like somebody's saying the same thing. Then at times they'll copy someone else and they'll put their voice in as well. And it's just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I recommend you should watch it. I can't remember the name of the channel, but if you just put in trolling people voices in online games or so, it'll come up with a whole load of funny stuff. If I can actually, I think it might even be on my homepage. Let me have a look. If it is, I'll tell you what the name of the thing is. No, trolling online.
Specifically, like transfer the technology, but also the knowledge.
One on there called Christian. I think that's the one I've been watching. He trolls people with their own voices, and he plays it back via the soundboard, and it just sounds like everybody's just saying the same thing over and over and over again. And then when everybody else gets annoyed and other people start laughing, it just becomes more funny. So I recommend you go and have a look at it. It's called Christian, trolling people voices online. Something new I found online again. That's what I like about YouTube. You always find something new. I'll save it for the game field. Jace, I'm shorter than you. I'm 5'2.25". Daniel Angry one. Sorry I'm taking so long with these. I'm trying to read and respond to everybody's chats. So this is why I've got the chat on low coming through every 5 seconds. I've seen other YouTubers, as I said before, the chat flies through like the really fast credits at the end of a film. You can't see what's been put in there, and it's just stupid. Nobody gets a chance to be acknowledged. Nobody gets a chance to be responded to. So I like to bring mine down a little bit, read what you're putting in there, and then give an answer to what's put in there. Therefore, everybody has their say, and everybody gets an answer. Where are we? Where are we now? Once I get things straightened out, I will keep you up to date. But at the moment, I'm trying to get things straightened out. Okay, Daniel, take your time. No rush. You always know if there's anything you want to tell me you don't want to share in public, you can always send it to me on the Discord chat like you've done before, and I can read it in a private message and get back to you on that. Shadows, emojis. Long and grey with a little pepper. What are you talking about? That doesn't sound very PG, does it? Mine's long and grey with a little pepper. I'm waiting for it to get a little longer. Shadows. Then I'll have someone put some beads on it. Captain Jack Sparrow. Have a nice. Hey, Ribs is in. Everyone welcome Ribs in. She's the one that's doing the George Michael tribute channel. She's been getting some grief at the moment from some Muppets online. So welcome her in. Say hello and give her something to smile about. Because at the moment, her YouTube channel's doing really well. I think. Let me have a look. She's on. Yeah, she's reached 120,000 subs with 4.2 thousand videos. So, congratulations, Ribs, on the massive subs that you've gained. If you're still here, that is. I saw your message was retracted, but if you're in the chat, put a thumbs up because I can't see you now. And she's in the USA, by the way, as far as I know. I had the Stranger Things burger from KFC. It's nice, but if you don't like the spice, you won't like it. See, I would try that, but the problem is, as I said earlier, they're all so expensive now. I mean, they're not anything like what they were before, and I just can't justify the price just to give it a taste, you know? I don't eat any fast food. I stopped about 5 years ago. Nice one. Keep it up, Shadows. What do you have now? Healthy stuff? Basically, any healthy stuff? Do you do your own cooking? What sort of things do you eat? Back when I had in-game communications on my friend Xbox, I would go into character along with my game tag at that time, and I'd either creep people out or make them laugh. Hey, that's cool. That's what you want on online. Just go on, have a laugh, and have some fun. I don't have KFC that often, but I was out testing driving a new car. All right, what car was that? Let us all in on the make and model. I'm intrigued. What car did you go and test? If you say Ferrari, Camaro, or a Ford Mustang GT, I'm not going to be happy with you because they're 3 of my dream cars. I eat home cooked meals. So do I. I do all my own cooking every single night and all day as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to have tonight though. I was going to do a bolognese. By the time I get done here, it's going to be 8:30. I could do it. I might actually still do it anyway. I'm not sure. I don't normally eat late, but it's only on Mondays that I do this live. And if I don't have dinner, I do it afterwards, which ends up making it a bit late, but it's no biggie. Full Puma. Nice. What do you remember my dad used to like them. The Ford Probe. Do you remember the Ford Probe? High roof, sloping back, really long front. Lovely looking cars they were. Don't see many of them around anymore though. Meat, potatoes kind of guy. Plus I enjoy different kinds of veg. Yeah, so you're doing sort of like your 5 a day with some meat, bit of potassium with the potatoes, things like that. Yeah, it's not bad. I normally do things. I'm not a big potato man myself. The only time I ever eat potatoes is when I'm having a Sunday roast. The rest of the time, I hardly ever use them at all. I don't really have a need for them. But I do homemade curries. I do homemade bolognese, chili, fish, chicken goujons if I'm making wraps. I put them with salad and a sriracha mayo sauce over the top. Beef and tomato and basil. I do all sorts. I just make myself up stuff all the time. I love cooking. Love it. Not a lot of people do though. There's a lot of people out there who don't like getting in the kitchen and cooking and prepping stuff. So, but I do. I love it. Prepping, cutting everything up, putting it all in, and when it comes out the other end and you experience what you've made, it's like beautiful. They did have an electric Ford Mustang. Yeah, they are going electric now, those kind of cars. Everything's moving to electric now. They want to eventually phase out the petrol, don't they, and have everything go electric. But if they did that, how would they work out the times that people would need to park up to charge it? Say you've been out and you come back to charge, and there's five spots in a bay, and they're all taken. If all the cars were electric, how far are you going to have to go to find another charge point before your car runs out? And how's that going to affect drivers if they have to go further to come back again to park because the other spaces are taken? See, they don't work these things out before they bring in these new ideas. It's going to think of all the problems it's going to cause. Probably what I should eat, not the car. So you can call me old school, but these old looking crossover vehicle that has a Mustang badge on it is not, I repeat, it's not a bloody Mustang. No, it's not. Don't know why they do that, I really don't. Ugh. Just like having a basic rip-off of a legitimate vehicle, isn't it? I mean, I was in, talking of that, I was in Spain a while back, and when I was in Turkey last time as well, I said to my mum, I said, they got all these like knockoff stuff, like handbags, Giorgio Armani belts, and Versace stuff and everything in the shop. But how do they how are they allowed to sell fake stuff? If we did that over here, customs would be honest. They'd be shutting the shops down and seizing all of the stuff we have, right? But in Spain, I said to my mum, I reckon they're paying a premium to the government or something, and therefore they allow them to sell that sort of stuff in the shops, because you can't just outright set up a shop and go, oh, I got these knockoff Armani belts, I got this Versace bag, I got this Louis Vuitton bag, I've got these trousers that are not really trousers that are Versace, but they got the Versace label on them, and they're all knockoffs and stuff. You couldn't just legitimately go in, set everything up and start flogging it. No way, because it's against the law. So they must be paying a premium to somebody in order to be able to be allowed to flog that stuff. Either that or they're selling it and the government and other people are getting cuts of the profit. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but there's no way, as I said, they can just set up a shop and just go, boom, I'm selling this now. Let's start today. A car would be hard to eat. Wasn't there a bloke who ate a bicycle at some point years ago? He chewed up all the spokes, the wheels, everything. I think he went in the Guinness Book of Records for it as well, or something weird. Yeah, actually ate a bike, apparently, I think. Now, if it's a cake made to look like a car, then sure, you can eat it. Oh, yeah, I've tried doing a cake. I did pretty well a little while ago, but the problem was it had a soggy bottom on it. So I didn't leave it to cook enough. When I took it out, there was like a piece in the bottom that hadn't fully cooked over to seal everything in. And it had like this yellow, like jelly in the bottom. But the rest of the cake was really nice. I'll have a go at doing another one soon. I should be able to do it now. It's just the cooking time. Leave it in a bit longer than when I did before and should be good to go. How would the National Grid cope with all those EV cars? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea at all. Good question. Electric vehicle cars, National Grid and charging points. I mean, you know what it's like if you overcharge a plug socket, you blow a fuse. And with all these cars that are eventually becoming electric and needing charging and everything else, then yeah, it's a good question. How would the National Grid cope with it? Might have to look that up. Actually, let me see if I can. Or electric. Let me just find out. I'm intrigued now you've asked that. Oh, here we are. The national grid can cope with an all-electric car future by managing demand through technologies like smart charging and vehicle-to-grid V2G technology. Shift charging to off-peak hours to allow cars to feed power back to the grid. Okay. While switching to all-electric cars would increase demand, it would likely only raise it about 10%, and overall peak demand's fallen in recent years due to efficiency improvement, meaning the grid is more resilient than it used to be. The grid is also constantly being upgraded, and the transition will be gradual, allowing for continuous infrastructure improvements. There you go. So by charging the car up, it charges back into the national grid, and then they're constantly improving it more and more. So yeah, eventually it will be able to handle an all-electric car system. Yeah. So now you have the info, courtesy of Google. My neighbour has an electric car. They charge it overnight every few days. It has to be charged. Yeah, otherwise you get down the road and you just run out and the car just rolls to a stop. And if there's no charging points nearby, what do? Or indeed EVs. Driverless cars should be interesting. Yeah, they did test out something a little while ago. But didn't Tesla or something have that feature? One of the cars, I can't remember which one it was, but they had a self-drive. Somebody actually took their hands off the wheel and it drove them. They pressed a button and it drove them down the motorway, and it had the sense to slow down for cars in front, overtake as well without the driver having to be holding the steering wheel or anything. And the driver could just sit back in the driver's seat like that, arms folded, and the car would just take them where they wanted to go. But it's going to be a few years before we get anything like that properly. Oh, a lot of people have dropped off. Only got 2 in now, 2 left, 2 likes. Yeah, it'll be a long time before we get to that, or anything like the cars you see in The Fifth Element, flying, and stuff like that. So in the future, it's bound to happen, isn't it? But technology going the way it is, I can't see that that's going to be very long before we get all that. Yeah, Dave, you're still here. Tammy's still here. They have a driverless Uber car. Uber? Where'd they get Uber from? Uber the Hoover. Uber car in America already. Really? Wonder what that experience is like. Yeah, Daniel's still here. Now it says we've only got 1 with 2 likes. I don't get what YouTube is doing here. This makes no sense at all. Oh, hang on, what was that? Oh, my favourite programme. My favourite programme. Scam Interceptors. YouTube is mad nowadays. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with it. It never gets the numbers right. Now it says I've got 0. Now it's gone back to 1. I don't know. YouTube is up the wall with trying to determine how many people you've got in, how many are in the chat, and going with the ups and the downs of whoever's here and who's not. It never gets it correct. Never. Same, we've got 3 in now. Where are we? I'll tell you this from experience. Living in America, especially where I live, there are Ubers everywhere. Yeah, it's a big thing in America. Ubers. They got this new thing now, haven't they? Shadows, you might be able to clarify this. When you're getting an Uber, I've never used one, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a new law now to prevent people from getting attacked or worse? For security, when you get into the Uber, the driver has to tell you by law your name when you get in. You have to ask the driver to tell them your name. It's something to do with customer protection now. I read something about it the other day, but I wasn't sure if it was 100% true. Yes, Angry Grandma and Jack's. Angry Grandma and Jake has a video on it. I'll have to watch that. I used to like Angry Grandma. I'll tell you somebody I've gone right off of, and I don't know if you feel the same or if you've ever watched their channel. Lad Baby. I used to watch them all the time when they did their couples challenges and pranks and things like that. But in the end, I just got so fed up with it. I got nothing against them, but I just got. What happened is when it got to the point where they were doing the videos and they were doing this, we've got a book out, sausage roll thing or whatever it was. And then they started doing Christmas songs and delving into other things. And I just found it infuriating. Not that I'm jealous or anything. And monotonous. And after a while, I just thought, I'm not watching this anymore. It's just pissing me off. It was when they kept getting number ones. It was like every year for 5 years. I could just predict it after the first time when they went on their channel and they put a video up saying, we're going to see what number we got now for our book. Oh, look, it's number one. Same old again. Then they said, we're going to look at the number we're at now for our Christmas song. Oh, look, number one again. Then we're going to look at the number we got. And this went on for like 5 years. And every now and then they put a video up. Every single time. Number one, number one, number one, number one. In the end, I thought, this is a joke. It's got to be rigged or something because YouTubers becoming popular and getting 5 number ones in 5 years and 5 number one books. And just in the end, I thought, can't be doing with it. I'm not interested in this channel anymore, so I stopped watching. But it's not out of jealousy. It just aggravated me that I'm in my head thinking something weird is going on, something not legit is going on here, something dodgy for them to get number one on books, Christmas songs, everything, every single year. You know. So yeah, I haven't watched them for a good few years now. I don't know if anybody else here ever watched them or what you thought of them, but they started off pretty good, and then I suddenly thought, no, I'm not interested in this anymore. I've dropped off it. And I saw a video that's come out today. Straight after a video I watched, it started playing, and I just turned it off. I just got no interest in it at all now. Good luck to them though, but I just don't enjoy their content anymore. YouTube's mad, angry on Jago. I got 2 Ubers last week. I always think that compared to the money in the UK, I mean, we pay for cabs and trains. I had to pay for a cab and a train Saturday because I had to get to Basildon for my job trial, which actually went really well post-interview. They got a few more interviews and trials to do before they contact me, but I'm fingers crossed I'm going to get a good answer or a good result. But yeah, I had to spend out, it wasn't too much, it's about £9.20. I bought the ticket on Friday for the train, returned to Basildon. Then I spent 15 quid on taxis each way. So, not each way, sorry, 750 one way and 760 to go back. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't like really expensive, but I just got to gauge if I'm successful, the cost of the train ticket and then the cost of transport from the train station to the pub to see how much it's going to cost each time they want me in. Luckily enough, at the moment, they've only said it's half time. I was going to say half time, part time. So maximum of 10 hours. So weekends mostly. But I'll get more hours if somebody's off sick or somebody's gone on holiday, etc. But as I said, I just got to work out the cost and then wait for a phone call to tell me if I did well enough or not. But hey, Fright Night, welcome in. I'm literally finishing in a couple of minutes, but I'll hold on for a few because you got in late. So yeah, I'll keep you all updated on the situation anyway. If you do get the job, yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Fright Night, Chris, whatever you want to be called. If you do get the job, I can't wait to make the jokes. Well, being an experienced barman, Chris might know this, he might not. Fright Night. The exploding glasses in a pub where the glass blows up after a drink's been served. Easily debunked. My experience in the bar trade, and I've seen it happen numerous times. The fact is, thanks, Tammy. The fact is, when people do the glass washes, you have the salt and the solution in the glass washer. The glass washer sprays all the water into the glass, and the water is hot. When you bring the glass out, the glass is hot. So even though you dry it out with a towel, you can't do that in many pubs nowadays. But where I was before, you used to clean up and polish the glasses with a tea towel. And what you should do is you should put those glasses that you've just taken out of the dishwasher at the back of the line. So if you've got a line of 4, 8, 12, 16, 4 sets of 4, pull them forward and put the hot ones at the back. The minute you actually put a cold lager or whatever it is you're pouring out into a hot glass, the hot and the cold interact, they mix. And after a period of time, the glass will just go bang. So that's your exploding glass theory debunked. Everybody says, oh, a ghost smashed it. It's not. They poured the cold liquid into hey Renee, they've poured a cold liquid into a hot glass, and the mix with the cold and the hot is too much for the glass, and it just goes bang and shatters, and bits of glass go all over the table, the liquid goes everywhere, and that's the reason for your glass breaking. There's no spirits or ghosts or anything involved in that at all, making that happen, and that's your answer. That's your answer to the exploding glass theory. No ghosts, just a mixture of hot and cold, and people not putting the glasses in the right order. How you feeling, Renee? Hope you're feeling better. Strain's live. I'm going to be popping over in a couple of minutes and saying hello there. I'm going to give it till about 8:45. So if that's all right with everyone, then I'll stop the live at 8:45. So if there's anything anyone wants to talk about, let me know in the chat and we'll discuss that before we finish. And just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go and get myself another drink quick. They're just in the bookcase over there, so I won't be long.
Log into his online banking to steal his money.
Take your time. I'm there for you. With that form, you will define the number right now. Look at your screen. Yeah, look at the number right now. Try to fill the form.
Graham can't manage his bank personal ID number, so the scammer instructs him to request a new one.
Are you there?
His date of birth
Right.
is nearly 90.
I'm back.
But just as we think we're going to get Graham's postcode, the scammer obscures the screen.
My phone is going like blowing up tonight. What is going on?
However, we might have spotted a landline number to help with his errand.
Okay. My bad, that just yet. Hello.
Just run up to the screen there. Notice on the channel computer, one of them had a phone number. Check on that.
going to bring in a special guest. You can say hello? Yeah.
We know
Hello.
Graham runs after this landline to the scammer. But the number has
This is Binksy.
Binksy.
You don't get to see her often because she's normally asleep somewhere or hiding somewhere, aren't you? You happy? How can you deny that face? Look. Meow, meow, meow. When are you done? You wanna- Monkey. Little monkey. It's my kitty cat. It's my kitty cat. My kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Slightly better, but far from over. Yeah, it lingers. I've still got a little bit of a tingle in my throat that causes a cough. I've got rid of everything else. It's just this won't go. My dad's had one for over 3 days now. The cough. He hasn't got a cold or anything like that, but he's just got this bloody cough that he can't get rid of. Thanks, Tammy. It's the only one left. All the others have sadly passed away. I lost Neo first, then my one out of the adopted one after, the original one of the 2 after that, and now that one is the only one left out of the 4. She's the other adopted one, so she gets spoilt rotten now. Treats and ham, and she eats some of my croissant in the morning. Shortbread biscuits. Oh no, I've never known any cats that eat those sort of things like her. Angel cake or any sponge or things like that. She's got to have some of that as well. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, lovely face, lovely green eyes as well. I've got some brilliant pictures on my phone. Let me see if I can find one. I took a really good one a while back. I don't know if I can find it now because
We can hear the voicemail both us and the scammers are getting while trying to call Graham.
Battle between us and the scammers getting back on the phone.
see if I can find it. I do have a habit of getting some really good photographs at times.
I tried Graham 13 times.
That's one of them. If you can see that.
Calling from the BBC Scam Interceptor program. The person you were just talking to is a scammer. They're not who they claim to be. Graham, I'm afraid they have got some information about you that we need to talk to you about. They've got a lot of things on your computer. Yeah. So Graham, what we need to do is turn that computer off ASAP. Because right now,
No one.
everything on your device. It's all right, Graham. Can you turn it off?
I've got some other really good ones as well, but there's so many pictures on my phone, I can't scroll through them. But I've got pictures of me with the female of the original 2, and I've got pictures of her and the other one that she was with before they passed. So at least I got the pictures, to look back on. And I might actually put it up on YouTube one day. My camera, if I put the tape in, I can run the tape. Sorry, I can run the cables to the TV and I can play back the tape on the TV. But I've got footage of when this room was completely different back then. But when the cats were kittens and they were chasing each other around the flat and running around here and there, and you see how different the flat looked. This room, in fact, before it is what it is now, with all this range at the back and everything else, and none of this was here. None of it was here. But looking back on how different the flat was then to what it is now is crazy. It looks like I was living in a doss house. I literally had nothing in here, hardly anything. I had one sofa, hardly any furniture, nothing compared to what I got now. I buy treats for my neighbour's cat. He has 3 legs. His name is Odd Socks. Nice name. Sort of reminds me of the Dances with Wolves film. That was just an amazing film in itself. 3 hours and 45 minutes. But when the wolf turns up and Kevin Costner names him Two Socks. Bless him. Right, has anyone else got anything to say? It's coming up 10 to 9. Anyone else got anything they want to talk about before we finish the live tonight? He's such a sweet cat. He gives me kisses because I give him treats. Female cats, it's on their terms. If you pick them up and they don't want to know, they'll scrabble and they'll fight to get away. But if you do have a male cat, it's completely different. I've experienced both sides of it, but if you're sitting down and the cat wants to sit on you or anything like that and it's a female cat, it'll only be when they want it. If you've got a male cat, they'll sit on you whenever, wherever, at any time. So if you could investigate anywhere, where would it be? Well, I want to do the Essex Boys site, Workhouse Lane in Rettendon, where they were gunned down in the Range Rover that night. Investigate. I'd like to investigate Hadley Castle. I've heard rumours that there's the ghost of I don't think it's a milkmaid. I think the milkmaid met the ghost, as the story goes, and she was so frightened when the ghost told her to return at midnight that she didn't go. But she felt that something was going to happen, so she took herself back, and the ghost reappeared. And according to the law, the ghost hit her over the head with a bucket, almost breaking her neck. So how that story holds up and if it's true, I don't know. Also, there's a story of Black Bess, which is a red-eyed black giant dog that roams the grounds at night as well. Yeah, apparently a group of school kids have seen it. I've got it all written down there in a script. So when I go to Hadley Castle next, I'll have the script to read off of for the video, and I'll be recording at the location. So keep an eye out for that. In terms of other places, if I had the opportunity, I would probably say Alcatraz would be one. Bloody chair. I don't know what's wrong with it. I keep sliding down. Yeah, Alcatraz would be one other one that I'd like to do. Maybe Coalhouse Fort on the bank of the Thames. Hampton Court. I'd love to investigate Hampton Court in London.
Over 100 miles away from her dad in
the Titanic
Mia tries to call
exhibition in Louisiana. That's another one I'd like to go to because there's been reports of the child's handprints appearing on the windows, and according to the people that were interviewed that worked there, the cleaners sprayed and wiped down all the windows perfectly clean with not a mark on them before visitors arrived. And then when they go back in, there's tiny little handprints back on the window again. And they're not done by the children that are in the premises when they come in with the parents and stuff, because the handprints appear shortly after the windows have been cleaned and the cleaners have left. So, yeah, work that one out.
is the Scouts calling. But eventually,
There are a lot of places that I'd like to go, but you know, I'd like to look inside the. I'd like to do an investigation inside the Abbey at Priory Park as well. They got it's the former monastery where the monks used to live. They've got the dining hall in there with a big table and everything. They got an upstairs area. Downstairs, they have a little archway that's got a projector playing with some monks singing and stuff. And then in the right hand corner, there's a square window, and just behind it is another route with a wall next to it. And they've just discovered that they have found a new area down there where the monks used to have their beer stored. So they're working on opening it to the public if it's deemed safe. So I need to go back and find out if they're making any progress on that and how it's gone, and if they are going to open it to the public. And if they do, yeah, I would like to. I'd like to go down there and have a look round. But those are a few places. There are other things on my list, but I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I do want to do a a collab at some point with Haunted Sessions. Now he's back. I thought my opportunity had gone when he gave all this up. But thankfully, thanks to everybody around him and some other people, they managed to bring him back. So now it looks like I might be able to do something with him at some point. You know, collab on a video. I've already been out with Candy, Paranormal on the Go. We went to the videos on her channel. I think she went live down there. We went to apparently a haunted church with a cemetery on it. Couldn't get into the church because the church was locked, but we just did a walk around, went live, see if anything was happening. I heard some noise, but I thought it was the leaves blowing across the path. But according to Candy, the leaves weren't blowing, but it sounded like something was moving on the path, but I couldn't see anything. Candy heard two sort of knocks. I didn't. That didn't come through to me. I didn't hear anything, but the video for it is on Candy's channel, Paranormal on the Go. So if you want to check it out, you can head over there and see us walking around. Not exactly the most amazing video, but it was an experience to learn what sort of some of this investigation is about and how to do it. I didn't say much because it was Candy's video and I was only there because Jake couldn't go. And I didn't want to overshadow anything for her channel. So I only interacted when I was sort of like asked a question to give my feedback. When you see we're sitting on a bench at some point and Candy asked me to, you know, if I wanted to say anything and answer, I answered. But the rest of the time, I just looking around with the torch, seeing if I could see anything or what was going on. But nothing really happened. But that's just, you know, the way that it goes, nature of the beast when you go out investigating. So, yeah. But I'm open to doing it again. So if the offer's there, yeah, I'll definitely go. And then sooner or later, I'd like to collab maybe with both Candy and Jason, maybe Chris, Fright Night. We'll all pile in. Maybe Tammy as well, something like that, and we'll all do one big joint one somewhere. I know Tammy already suggested something. I think it was Ireland, which is a good suggestion because I've never been to Ireland, and that's one place I'd like to go. So Belfast is on my list as well because I want to go to the Titanic exhibition there, have a look around that, see where the ship was built and everything else. So yeah, we'll get round to it one day. Now let's go back quickly and find out what I've missed. I want to investigate the Clown Motel and Cemetery next to it. That's where Zach Bagans went, wasn't it? And didn't he claim that the clown's hand slipped off its leg or something, and he got freaked out in there? I think that was on a Ghost Adventures program. I'd like to do that one myself. Oh, the Queen Mary would be great. Yeah, the Queen Mary. Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I heard a lot about that. May either try and get Leap Castle. Yeah, that's another one. Is that the one that's open and exposed? It's you're still outside when you're inside it. Is that where Most Haunted went? Where they supposedly saw that big shadow of what they thought may be an executioner walk left to right from the wall through the doorway on the left. Is that the one? So I know there is a castle that even though you're walking around it and you go to a certain point, you're still outside when you're inside it. It's got like no walls and stuff. Ghost Adventures done it with a Banshee. Oh God. Yeah, I think I remember that one. Oh, so Dave, it is though. Leap Castle is that one. It's open even though you're inside. Okay. Right, what's the time? 9 o'clock. I think this is a good time to leave it. I've done 1 hour and a half. So I want to say thanks to everybody for being here tonight and supporting once again. Tammy, David Moriarty, Renee, Daniel, Haunted Sessions, Fright Night, Shadows, Ribs. I know she retracted a message. I don't think she ended up staying in the chat, but hopefully we'll catch her next time. Anybody else that was lurking in the back that didn't interact, thanks for being there and supporting as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you, Daniel, Renee. Who Natalie wasn't here tonight, actually, was she really either? I've just noticed that. Anyway, it's not a problem. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Daniel, Renee, I'll see you over on Strange Stream in a couple of minutes when I finish here. The rest of you, I'll notify you when I go live again next Monday, and then you can jump in if you got the time. It's not compulsory. You don't have to be here, but it's nice to see you when you actually do make it. So we'll be back next week. We'll do the same thing. Be back here doing it all again, and then we only have 2 episodes until episode 100, the big milestone. And then I've got to think of something that I'm going to specifically do to celebrate that 100 mark. So I really don't know. Anyway, once again, thanks to everyone for being here. I'll see a couple of you again in a couple of moments on Strange Stream. The rest of you, next week, 7:30, same place, we'll do it all over again. Have a great week, everybody. Keep safe out there in the world, and bye for now.